Welcome to 33 Oracle. It is like 1:30 in the morning. I am wide awake and yeah, got some downloaded messages. So I'm gonna get some energies and stuff and pull cards for the collective. This is a collective reading. But important messages like came through earlier this evening that I feel like, I need to get out, make a video on, and get some messages out there. So I took a nap and woke up and was making my coffee and it started to flood in, which that's kind of how it does when spirit's like putting downloads in. It's usually when I'm occupied but mindless, like not thinking about anything. So it comes through a lot more easier that way. But yeah. So I don't even know where to really start, so bear with me. Nothing horrible, but lots of downloads, right? So first off, we're breaking into Leo season right now. As of the 21st, 22nd, we entered Leo season. Leo is a fire sign. So starting off into Leo season, we got the California wildfires sparking off, right? It's kind of interesting trend to look at when we look back at Cancer season, and we entered into Cancer season with floods. The whole northwest of America, or North America, was flooded and underwater, entering into Cancer season. But you go back and you look at Gemini, which is an air sign, and we had these massive tornadoes, which is air, right? So these elements I'm picking up very clearly. They're matching the months. Maybe they always have. I don't know. I pay attention. I mean, these are the seasons, right? Maybe that's why the astrologers named them these seasons, because these events take place during these seasons. And they're like, oh, fire, August, fire, Leo, fire sign, represents fire energy, right? Fire energy can either be used to build and go after our passions, or it can ignite and burn everything down, right, with anger. So be mindful, I've been noticing a lot of tempers flaring, a lot of pettiness going on around everywhere. Just very petty, tit for tat, gossipy, catty, okay? That's pretty typical right now. It's even as light workers, you could find yourself doing this to other light workers. Be mindful, okay? Especially if people don't fit your mold or idea of how spirituality should look like, doesn't mean that people are wrong, okay? This is where spirituality doesn't fit the mold. It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be institutionalized in a one-way path, and that is the whole focus of spirituality. My logo for my shop and my business is the Tree of Life, and I stand by that because what that represents to me is a reminder that the Tree of Life is Mother Earth. And within Mother Earth branches all these different diversity of people, different races and different colors, and how we all are unique individuals and we all have our paths to take, and none of them are wrong, okay? I mean, if you're hurting people, of course, that's wrong, especially with ill intent. But we all have a role to play, and that's where spirituality, kind of fits that mold, is being understanding of the different roles we play equal one body, right? And it's like I've had an argument before with family, and when it comes to religion, which to each their own, but if that's your path, right? I have nothing bad to say about it. But when I was confronted one time about my belief system and all this stuff, I just said, my God, my source is bigger than four walls in a church. Works in many ways. Spirit works in all forms to get the job done. You know, if spirit stayed in one sector and one path in a multifaceted world, then surely the darkness would win, right? Spirit works in diverse ways, and we are diverse people living on a planet of diversity, all working. You know, a lot of us are working as a collective in different ways, and that's okay. Anyways, I wanted to put that out there. So be mindful of the pettiness, the gossip, putting others down for their beliefs or the way they live or dress. How if they don't fit in, it's not for you to judge. Each of us are meant to represent our own authentic ways individually while bringing in the light. All right, so got that. Breaking into Leo season, California wildfires. Watch, you know, this more volcanoes, more earthquakes. Those kind of go hand in hand. Fire energy, pressure, you know. I think Leo season, we're going to start speeding up a lot. Manifestation. Oh yeah, manifestations, critical time right now for manifestations. Are that was my download while making coffee. Because I was listening to something, and it was kind of negative. But there is a really strong energy right now of forcefulness, of domination. And it's kind of overpowering. And Spirit said it's a critical time for manifestation. And this was a message for you guys. It was to deliver this. No matter the triggers, no matter what, bring yourself back, forgive yourself, because we are humans still. But this is a critical time for manifestation. So your thoughts and what you're speaking and what you're doing is bringing into fruition like this, okay? So fear, being in that mindset of fear, get out of it. We need to, like, with the forceful domination energy, I feel like we need to take that time to ground and center more light. This is where our job comes in. I mean, it's not our job to hold the weight of the world, so don't expect yourself to do that. That's a lot. But when you can, be mindful. Remember, like, what is needed. Grace for when tempers fly. Grace for when we make mistakes. Grace to others in this time. And I think that's why Spirit was telling me critical time for manifestations, because we can use it for our benefit, or we can use it to burn things down. And of course, we want to do it for the positive, right? Another thing that's been coming up is healing the mother wound. So Chiron went into Aries back in, April? Well, it's retrograde. It started in July, okay? And I was feeling some of this in my own personal life, seeing it with certain people in their lives about mid-July, which July is Cancer. This is the sign of the mother. So it didn't surprise me any when it came through today that this is the mother wound. That if you've been dealing with anything with feminine issues, other feminines, I've seen a lot of feminine pettiness and gossip in the workplace and surrounding and family, and this is all stemming from a mother wound, the feminine wound. The woman, the feminine that's been wounded is coming out to be healed, and this started a couple weeks ago. Although Chiron retrograde didn't start till July 26th, but obviously we started seeing these energies pick up. Be mindful for what it is. So like if you've been feeling like that or dealing with that, take a look at the root cause. Where's it stemming from? What could it be stemming from? Acknowledge it. Acknowledge whatever area that you know that could be causing a behavior or to act out. And when you can sit with it and acknowledge it, then it's able to heal and you can release it, right? Excuse me. So, you know, I was feeling a certain way earlier this morning, and I had a really great freaking day. Like, I'll start off with that. My day, all day has been wonderful. I've spent time out in nature, yard work, just being outside all day long, and it's something that I needed to rejuvenate and allow these downloads to come in, connect me back with source. So I had an incident too this morning that could have set my day into a really bad day when I was meant to spend time in nature. I didn't allow it to affect me too bad, but it did at first, you know, maybe for a minute. Anyways, so I was feeling down, right, a little bit. And it was cool how spirit works. And I was like, I'm still going to go for my walk, right? I'm going to still go for my walk. And mine was a mother wound. Mine was just a feminine wound. And so I'm going to still go for a walk. I'm not going to let this ruin my day, right? Open the door, because someone was knocking on my door. I live, like, in the country. I don't live around people. Open the door because somebody's knocking, and a flower delivery truck was delivering flowers to my house. I was like, oh, who delivered flowers, you know? That's sweet. Like, I have no clue who would be sending me flowers, because I really am alone. Like, I don't have anybody really that would do that. So she was like, is this your name? And I said, no, actually it's my neighbor's. So I said, but I enjoyed it for a second. And the fact is, I instantly knew that was spirit. Spirit literally sent a bouquet of flowers to my house to remind me, you know, you are worthy and you are beautiful. Even though they weren't for me, there's no coincidence there. I live way out in the middle of nowhere. So, yeah. She went on about her day delivering flowers, and I still felt good. I still felt internally like those flowers were for me from spirit to remind me, you know, I'm still here with you. I'm still walking beside you. Here's something to cheer you up. So I dedicated my day, the rest of the day, to spirit. I went for my walk, and on my way back on the walk, I found wild sunflowers. Beautiful, beautiful flowers, and I picked them for myself and thanked Mother Earth, and I've had a great day. Then I took a nap, and now I'm up all night. Story of my life here. Anyways, I know this is a lot to break into, but I know people are feeling it. I'm seeing it all around me. I'm seeing it in the workplace, in the family, like my external family dealing with things, my friends and their family, and it's just all over. You turn on, I don't watch the news, but you turn on a news channel, and it's, you know, there's fires in California and there's chaos, but I don't watch the news for that reason. Anyways, enough talking about it. That's about it. I'm gonna get into messages. What is the advice here for the collective? What is the advice here for the collective moving forward with this energy? What do they need to know? What advice? I'm gonna get some advice cards for you today. How we can get through this time. patience, right? Release. There's a lot of needing to release, so remember to release it. Remember, these triggers need to be released, acknowledged, and released so that you can heal them. You know, these things are happening to you so that you can have experience, so you can grow spiritually and gain wisdom. This is all about learning. And we need these hard experiences so that we can grow and move in our lives, right? Power, this is Leo energy for sure. Power, this is control, this is dominance, this is taking back your power when you feel like it's been taken from you, unrightfully and unjustly so. This is about feeling like you've been stuck in a box and it's time to take your power back. And remember who the hell you are. But this doesn't mean go forceful at other people. This means be mindful of your own attitude towards others as well. We don't want to sit there and be forceful and judgmental and demanding of others, because that's a negative use of our power. Have patience with yourself and have patience with others. We are going through a portal, you know, this looks like a portal to me. And the red balloon could represent the root chakra. So this is making sure you stay grounded at this time. Family, ancestry, and roots may be coming up for you. You may be delving deep in that and looking, researching, especially around a full moon. The Lionsgate portal is supposed to be August 8th. So that's another portal. And this is what we're entering, and this is why we need to release these things as they come up. We need to clear our energies and get grounded outside. What is the messages here for the collective? What is the messages here for the collective? What advice? Actually, is one advice for the collective moving through this. What advice for the collective as we move through this? I guess we can move that one too. So yeah, man holding a heart. So I think I got a message too that meant, or I've seen something about men stepping up into their purpose right now. So after, I think men have had a really hard time too in the last couple years doing a lot of their own healing, and a lot of men's heart chakras are opening, and this is going to help the feminine through this time. So there could be a lot of men being more soft, treating the woman better, you know. Their hearts are starting to open because they may have been hard from what they've had to work through. Your intuition, okay? Collective, your intuition. And this could be, the man holding the heart could just be saying, remember to come from your heart space, showing compassion to others. Using intuition, right? We're all being guided collectively. You're not wrong. The temple path, so the higher self, right? Trying to take the higher road in things instead of being bitter and angry or gossipy or trying to ruin others. We want to take the higher road and be strategic, you know, use this. How can you utilize your knowledge, your wisdom, coming from the heart space and using your intuition, being guided from the higher self to create, you know, as above, so below. I'm gonna do one last ball. Maybe not. What is the advice here? Spiritual advice for the collective moving forward. spiritual advice for the collective moving forward. So yeah, the energy signature, the past is in the present. So the past is repeating itself somewhere in your life. It's showing up, and that's something some of you may need to look at. Like, what are you having to deal with again, or what is being shown to you? There's something from past childhood, the mother wound, like I said. It doesn't have to be specifically the mother for everybody, but that is the collective. You know, we've got to clear that out. So expansion, because Spirit's wanting to make room for expansion and light codes and downloads and spiritual evolution and growth within us. That is what this purpose is for. That is why we're being triggered, catalysts, and yeah. What is the message here? Do more meditation. You know, a lot of people with Chiron going retrograde in Aries is a lot of introvertedness. So don't be surprised when people are not feeling very social or not talking a lot. It's not personal. You need to not take these things personal. People need to go inwards to heal, to work through problems, to find solutions to problems. This has nothing to do with you. So don't take it personally. And sometimes it's just a method of protecting our energy, because there is so much going on in the world right now, and we do have to be mindful of our energy. What is the advice here for the collective? The advice. Okay, first card out is a spiral. Again, this is going inwards and then expanding. I need a drink, hold on. We go in, do the work, expand. Go in, do the work, expand even further. It's a constant maneuver, but you see, the bigger it gets, the more expansion and growth occurs. Okay, this is what we're talking about. There is Andean healing. This is stepping up to another level, another dimension, frequency. You know, it's all about healing different aspects. So like a year ago, we maybe dealt with the masculine wounds and stepping into the feminine. Now we're dealing with the feminine wounds and so forth. You know, it's different themes, different levels of healing that we have to go through. It never ends, but it also helps us to evolve. The sorcerer and the child, okay? So the sorcerer is talking about negativity. It's bad energy and bad people, things that we experienced as a child, right? These are childhood wounds. This is dark, feeling darkness that was set upon us. It could go back ancestral lines that we're going through. This mother wound could be going back clear back then. But it's pulling it out, pulling the weeds and healing it. That was the message today, collective, and I hope it resonates with you. I hope you get some understanding of what's happening on a collective conscious. And hit that like and subscribe. I appreciate it a lot because it helps further the messages, gets them out there. Book a reading with me if you want a personal reading. I do online and in person. But yeah, thank you.